Good evening, all. Today we are going to discuss few chemistry questions for grade 10. It will be useful for grade 10 students to revise their chemistry work very quickly. Right, we'll move to the first question of part 1. J.J. Thomson, Ernest Rutherford, and James Chadwick are the scientists who identified the subatomic particles. The correct order of their invention is, okay, so subatomic particles. What are the subatomic particles? They are electrons, protons, and neutrons. These are considered as subatomic particles. So electrons are found by J.J. Thomson. Ernest Rutherford found protons. Neutrons are found by James Chadwick. So the correct order will be electrons, protons, and neutrons, the first answer. Look at the second question. The elements which have maximum ionization energy are, so what do you mean by ionization energy? That is removal of an electron from the outermost energy level of gaseous atom. It should be a gaseous atom to form unipositive gaseous ion. Unipositive gaseous ion. So this will be the ionization energy, especially the first ionization energy, right? Removal of an electron from the outermost energy level of gaseous atom to form unipositive gaseous ion will be the first ionization energy, right? So when we consider the ionization energies, when you go through the periodic table from left to right, what happens is the atomic radius decreases. From left to right, when you move like this, the atomic radius decreases. Okay, so the nuclear attraction, when the nucleus is like this, the nuclear attraction also increases. The nuclear attraction increases, so that the elements which are at this stage, in these groups, won't allow an electron to be removed from the outermost energy level, right? They won't like to remove the electron from the outermost energy level, so that we can consider the least atomic radius element, which is in group 8, will be having the maximum ionization energy, right? So we need to supply more and more energy in order to remove an electron from the outermost energy level. So energy needed to remove an electron from the outermost energy level of gaseous atom to form unipositive gaseous ion will be the ionization energy. So group 8 elements will be having the highest ionization energy, right? So when you consider this one, lithium, sodium, potassium, all are coming under group 1. So they are having the least ionization energy because they are willing to remove an electron from the outermost energy level to gain the stability. Okay, so this won't be the answer. Chlorine belongs to group 7. Sulfur, iodine, this is also wrong. Helium, neon, argon, yes, these three elements belong to group 8. So they are noble gases and they have the maximum ionization energy because they are having the least atomic radius and highest nuclear attraction. So this will be the answer. We'll move to the third one. Okay. Electronic configuration of an atom is 2882. The element B, consider the following statements. Right. So they say the electronic configuration of one particular atom is 2882. So when you add and get the total, it will be 20, right? So the element should have the atomic number 20, so that is going to be calcium, right? So here calcium, it is written as 20 and 40. Okay, this number denotes the atomic number, and this number denotes the mass number of the particular element, right? So here neon, when you consider the electronic configuration of neon, the atomic number is 10, so the electronic configuration will be 2, 8. Helium, it is only 2, electronic configuration is 2. Argon, it will be 2, 8, 1. Okay, so these will be the electronic configuration, and the mass number of argon is 32, helium is 4, and neon is 20. Okay, fourth one, atomic number of certain element is 12. Location of this element in the periodic table is, yes, it is very easy to find the location of an element in the periodic table if we know the atomic number. Okay, just having the atomic number is enough to find the location of the element in the periodic table, right? They say the atomic number of an element is 12, so we need to find the location of the element in the periodic table. How? First of all, you need to write the electronic configuration for this particular element. So that will be, if it is 12, it will be 282. This will be the electronic configuration. 2 plus 8, 10, 10 plus 2, it will be 12, right? So you see, look at the last number. By looking at the last number, you can find out the group number. Okay, the last number denotes the group number. So here the group number will be 2. The group number will be 2. Okay. The number of periods will be the number of energy levels. Number of energy levels. 1, 2, 3. So period number will be 3. So this element, this particular element belongs to group number 2 and period number 3. So the answer will be 3. Okay. So we'll look at the others. Fourth group of first period. So if it belongs to the first period, and fourth group means, first period means it should have only one energy level, and that particular energy level should have number 4. So this will never occur, because if it if it is belonging to the first period, that means if it is having only one energy level, the first energy level can possess only 2 electrons, maximum 2 electrons, right? So here say they are telling you fourth group, it belongs to fourth group, so it never happens. Why? It- there won't be 4 electrons in the first energy level, right? And look at the second one, it is fourth group of second period. So they are telling you fourth group of second period means it should have 2 energy levels. So the first energy level will be having 2 electrons, the maximum. The second energy level will be having 4, as I said, right? So the electronic configuration of this particular element will be 2 comma 4. And if you look at this one, third group of fourth period, so they are telling you fourth period, so it should have 4 energy levels. So it should be 2 comma 8 comma 8, and the last energy level should contain 3 electrons, as they said, third group. right? So this will be the electronic configuration of the fourth one. Okay, right. Electronic configuration of A and B are 2, 6 and 2, 8, 1 respectively. What is the molecular formula of the compound A and B? So when you consider A, look at the electronic configuration of A. It is 2, 6. So to gain the stability, the outermost energy level should reach the octet level. That means 8. Okay, should contain 8 electrons other than the first energy level. First energy level should contain 2 other energy levels. That means the second, third energy level should possess 8 electrons, the maximum, right? So here see, it is just containing 6 electrons, so it needs 2 more electrons. So this will accept 2 more electrons, right? So A will accept 2 more electrons. That means when it is accepting electrons, it will be 2 minus A, 2 minus. So when an atom is accepting electrons, it will gain the negative charge. Okay, accepting electrons will gain the negative charge. Why? Because extra electrons are added to the atom, so that will cause to have the negative charge. So here 2 extra electrons are added, so A2 minus, right? B, when you look at the electronic configuration of B, one when you look at the outermost energy level, it is having only 1 electron. So rather than gaining 7 electrons to gain the octet condition, it can lose 1 electron, right? Rather than gaining 7 electron and getting 8, it can lose 1 electron. So by losing 1 electron, it will gain the stability. B element will gain the stability by losing 1 electron. So that will be B plus. Okay, when an atom is removing an electron, it will form the positive charge. It will gain the positive charge, right? So here it is removing 1 electron and gaining the stability, and it is becoming a cation, B positive, right? So when you make a molecular formula between these two elements, it will be here B1 plus and A2 minus, right? So you can exchange the numerals like this, and 2 comes here, so it will be B2, and A, it is 1, so no need to write 1 there, so the answer will be B2A. Okay. Okay, now we'll move to the sixth question. What is the electronic configuration of magnesium? 2412. So as I told you earlier, this is the atomic number and this is the mass number. So in order to write an electronic configuration, atomic number is enough. So the electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 2, which adds up to 12. So the second answer is the correct option. Next one, seventh one. A metal, a metalloid, and a non-metal are respectively. Okay. So they want a metal, metalloid, and non-metal in order. Right. So when you look at the periodic table, most of the elements are metals. Most of the elements are metals, right? So here see, sodium. Sodium is a metal. That's correct. Aluminium is a metal. Phosphorus is a non-metal, right? So according to their order, this is not suitable. It should be metal, metalloid, and non-metal. So it's wrong. We'll move to the second one. Magnesium. Yes, magnesium is a metal. Silicon. Silicon is a metalloid. Boron. Boron is also a metalloid. Okay, so that is also wrong. Look at the third one. Calcium. Calcium is a metal. Yes, that is correct. Silicon is a metalloid. Sulfur is a non-metal. Yeah, so that is correct. So the answer will be the third one. Look at the fourth one. Sulfur is a non-metal. Boron. Boron is a metalloid. Sodium is a metal. Okay, so it is not suitable according to the order, right? Eighth one. Of which following compound has the highest acidity? So, how do you find the highest and lowest acidity? Right. So, when you look at the periodic table and move from left to right in the periodic table, right? When you move from left to right in the periodic table, you will notice that the acidity increases. Acidity increases for the oxides of the metals, right? Acidity increases for the oxides of the metals, of oxides of the elements, right? So the oxides of the elements will have increasing acidity from left to right in the periodic table. So, if the acidity is increasing from left to right in the periodic table, basicity decreases. Okay. So, from left to right, keep in mind acidity increases for the oxides of the elements, but basicity decreases, right? So, according to that, when you consider sodium, it will form Na2O. The oxide will be Na2O. When you consider magnesium, the oxide will be MgO. When you consider aluminium, the oxide will be Al2O3. When you consider silicon, the oxide will be SiO2. When you consider phosphorus, the oxide will be P2O5. And when you consider sulfur, the oxide will be SO3. And you consider chlorine, the oxide will be Cl2O7, right? So sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, they will be forming the oxides in this manner, right? So from here to this point, sodium to chlorine, that is along the period, that is from left to right, acidity increases. Acidity increases from, sorry, it should be like this. Acidity increases from left to right. That means sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. What happens? Acidity increases. It should be left to right. Okay. That means I write it here: sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. So Na2O, MgO, Al2O3, SiO2, P2O5, SO3, Cl2O7. Okay, so in this manner, the acidity increases and the basicity decreases. So here, highest acidity, which is having the highest acidity, yes, that is Cl2O7, right? The element expands the compound X3PO4 twice. X3PO4 twice. What is the formula of the carbonate formed by X? Right. So here see, X3PO4 twice means X is 2 plus and PO4 is 3 minus, right? So this X is going to form a compound with carbonate. Okay, so X2 plus carbonate will be CO3 2 minus, right? So when you exchange the numerals, 2 and 2 will be cancelled off, so that will be XCO3. The answer is the third one, right? Now select the isotope elements mentioned below. What are the isotopes elements? That means having the isotope means having same atomic number, same atomic number, but different mass number, different mass numbers. Okay, same atomic number but different mass number, same element. Okay, they are same element, that means same atomic number but different mass number. You know, mass number depends on number of protons and number of neutrons. If atomic number is not changing, protons will also not change. Okay, definitely protons will also not change. Number of protons don't change, right? Never changes. But if mass number is changing, then what is the other factor that should change? That should be the neutrons. Okay, so due to the change of number of neutrons, what's happening? The mass number is changing, right? So that is called the isotope, having same atomic number but different mass number. We'll see which are having the same atomic number. Here it is having 8, this is also having 8, and this is also having 8. Okay, so these are having same atomic number. We'll see which are having different mass numbers. This is having, these two are having different mass numbers, but this is the same, right? So the answer will be A and C. Okay, so when you look at C and E, right, C and E, they are having, both are having same atomic number. So that is definitely wrong. Why? We can say that is wrong at once. Why? Because no two elements will have the same atomic number. No two elements will have the same atomic number. So you can easily remove E from there. Okay. If they have given A and E, that will be the answer. But A and E option is not given. So here we can select A and C. Right? Okay, so this is the end of part 1. We'll be discussing the part 2 of a grade 10 chemistry in later sessions. Thank you.